Hi everybody, welcome to Module 2 in Media Literacy and Youth. This module is an introduction overview of media literacy in general. I always love to start off with this quote by Alvin Toffler. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. To me, this is a foundation of being literate in the 21st century. Yes, we can just look up stuff and we can do all kinds of things. It's really about how do we process the information that we have, how do we work with it, how do we adapt to it, and how do we continue to build the skills that we need in order to be fluent and proficient in 21st century literacy, which has its foundations in media. So please review this overview. There are 3 assignments that we're going to do in this module. We're going to do introductions using Padlet. You're going to be doing a 24-hour media diary. And then I'm going to have you do some reading and creating some notes for to get you started with media literacy. So our first assignment is for you to do a Padlet post. And Padlet is a really cool tool for engaging in all kinds of ways of people working together to either share resources or any of those kinds of things. So you can see that I've done my first post here. You can read that, and in order to post, what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to this plus sign, you're going to click on it, you're going to put a subject in there, so please put your name somewhere in this. You're going to introduce yourself, and I want you to talk about what your major is, what your goals are for your education, what you hope to accomplish, those kinds of things. So you're going to post those there. You can upload, you can take screenshots, you can add links, you can find images online and post to those, and then once you're done, you're going to click publish, and it's going to post here to this Padlet wall. And so as we build up our different posts, you'll get to see all about the classmates that you have in this section. If you want a little bit more help, here's a little video on how to post to Padlet. So then the next assignment is a 24-hour media diary. So what you're going to need to do for this one is you're going to need to spend a day, so basically 24 hours, tracking your media consumption. I don't really care how you do it. You could write it out in a notebook form, you can put it in digital form, but it needs to be something that you can share with me online. All right. So it's really important to make sure that you read through all the instructions that I provide for different assignments. I know you can probably skim through it. We do a lot of skimming when we're online, but I take time to make sure that I talk through and write out explicitly what I want you to do for the assignments. And the reason I do this is because I want you to get the most out of the assignment that you can. There's a reason I choose all these assignments, and the reason I have you do them, and I have rationales behind what I ask you to do, because the goal for this whole course is for you to understand media literacy and youth, and we're going to weave in youth culture and those kinds of things as we go. But you need a foundation of media literacy, and you need to understand your own media consumption. So this activity is for you to understand your own media consumption. All right. So you're going to keep track of the following 7 things: what you watch or play or interact with. So you need to be specific. Where you're doing this watching, playing, interacting, right? Where is it? Is it at school? Is it on the bus? Is it at your friend's house? Is it in your own room? How are you engaging with these different media? So what are the different platforms that you're using? Or how are you doing it? What device? And then what platform? So it could be your phone, and then the platform would be YouTube or those kinds of things. So the how is what's the device, and the platform is what's the program. And then with whom? Are you by yourself? Are you with family? Those kinds of things. And then for each one of your descriptors, you're going to also include some aspect of your identity and write down instances when you either see that identity represented or maybe you don't see it. So for instance, if I'm watching a show on TV and I'm at home and I'm using, again, a TV, I am with my husband, and we're on Hulu and we're watching something, and I don't see any representation of a strong, intelligent female, then I'm not seeing my identity. But maybe I am. Maybe I see a program that's only has people who are considered Caucasian or white. So I see myself there, but I don't see any other aspects of identity. And then I need to write a reflection how I felt when I was using that. So if I'm watching a show, it might be funny, I laughed, it was good, or I could be watching a documentary on climate change, and that would make me probably anxious and sad. Reading the newspaper, I'm reading the comics, that's fun. If I'm reading editorials, I might be confused or frustrated. So those are all those kinds of things that I want you to document. Most of the time when I've done this assignment where students have not really fulfilled the assignment requirements is they leave off that idea, that aspect of identity and reflection. So I suggest before you get started that you identify some aspect of identity that you want to track through this as you go. I have provided a few examples of media diaries. However, most of them are missing that aspect of identity and reflection. Down below here is the rubric for how I'm going to be grading, so you can read through the details here. And that is the assignment. Again, I don't care how you do it. I've had people do spreadsheets. I've had people do drawing notes. I've had people do various things. You just need to make sure, and here I'm going to come down to the rubric, that you're using full details of time segments and allowing yourself that reflection, that deep reflection. All right? So that's that. And then the last assignment in this module is exploring media literacy. What you're going to do is you're going to be taking notes. And again, I don't care if you use a particular note-taking strategy. You can take digital notes, you can take handwritten notes, whatever works for you. Because what I want you to do is start to pull critical pieces of information to develop your understanding of media literacy. And note-taking in various forms allows you to kind of dig deep into those things. So these are just some examples. But what you're going to do is you're going to either create a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word doc. And if you want to take handwritten notes, you can. Then you can do screenshots. So that's up to you. If you're using Google, make sure you set your sharing permissions correct. You're going to watch this video and you're going to write down your takeaways. You're going to read this article and you're going to outline key learnings from that article. You're going to read this article and you're going to summarize each of the prominent paradigms. So there's two of them. One's protectionist and one's empowerment. So you're going to need to summarize those. Then you're going to you're going to watch this video and I want you to address these. So what are some of the main points that are trying to make? What is meant by the idea that we tend to confuse the fluency and the fluidity of operating a device? What data is presented to substantiate their claims? And I want you to reflect on ideas of media literacy. So here are the basic criteria. These are the things that you're going to need to address when you turn in your assignment. All right, so that is it for Module 2. And I will have a drop-in Zoom session scheduled tomorrow. Again, those are going to be optional, but I'll try to be flexible in when we have those Zoom sessions, and I'll let you know. Take care. Bye.